Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? It's good to see you guys again, and thanks for stopping by. We've got kind of a different video today. I mean, it's still going to be us. We're going to be talking to you. We're going to be talking about sports cards, but the kind of sports cards that we have, are a little bit different. We've got some baseball and actually some pretty older baseball, pre-modern era. So way before 1980. I believe there might even be a one pre-war type card in there that we're going to get into. And kind of an interesting deal is, or it's kind of interesting how we came about like this stack of cards. We got 13 cards here, and one of the things that as we've been back involved with the hobby, we keep talking to collectors time and time again that either used to collect, have old collections that they haven't done anything with, or really we just meet a lot of people with a lot of interesting stories and a lot of varied collections. And one of the things that we always like to do in the pursuit of the knowledge about the hobby, because we had long gaps of times where we didn't collect, and when we did collect, man, we've really just been focused on football cards. So there's a lot out there, a lot of information that we don't know. We need to learn that kind of stuff to be competitive, not just in the marketplace but across social, and maintain that just really to maintain our integrity. It's not going to hurt us to know about cards that we don't know about. That way we can be a better service to anybody across the hobby. So with that said, we're going to go over these 13 cards, and we're going to kind of explain how we came across them and what we plan to do with them. So stay tuned. We're going to flip the camera around and be right back. All right, we're back and we're ready to start going through these. Now, like I said, some of these are older baseball cards, and they're not really anything that we would primarily get involved with. But as you can see, we've got an 82 Cal Ripken Jr. And if I believe right, this is the year after his rookie year. So, and back in this time period was typically a guy played a season in the big leagues or in the pros, and then the card was made the following year. So really, this is really going to challenge our knowledge and give us a great opportunity to grow. And if you followed us for any amount of time, you'll know that that's one of the biggest joys we have this time in the hobby, is that opportunity for personal growth and development. Now here's a Andre Dawson with the Expos. It's an all-star rookie. So this might be his rookie card, although it lists 76, 77. So this is 1978. Andre Dawson, and as you can see there, the all-star rookie. Here we have an upper deck Randy Johnson from 1989 from the Indianapolis Expos, as you can see there. Now this would be a junk wax type card, but it is still the big unit, his rookie card. We've got a Mark McGuire with the 1984 USA Olympic team. Actually have two of those inserts. We've got a Johnny U quarterback centering, looks pretty good. And I believe this might be, might be a 68. 1968, I think. I'm going to have to do some research, and that's going to be part of the fun of this stack, is doing the research to find out, because as you can see, that's a pre-modern era card. No telling. We're going to have to do some confirmation there. Here's an Orioles Brooks Robinson, third baseman from 1964. Old school cartoon on the back. All in all, really good condition, some corner wear, but man, I mean, I'm 48, and this is a good 7 years older than me. So a 55-year-old card, and it looks to be in great shape. Here's another Baltimore Oriole, Frank Robinson from 1968. So just a real cool pieces of history. Of course, it's baseball, something that we don't know that much about, but we're going to learn, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, Roberto Clemente and it looks like a 1973. So 1973 Roberto Clemente. Centering's kind of crazy on that one. And that might be something, that we need to do as well. When we're going to look at comps for these cards and determine if it's going to be best to send them off, submit them for grading, or to try to sell them raw. Here's a Fleer Roger Clemens, I believe, from 85. So I believe that's a Clemens rookie card from 85. It's tough to say. And I don't want to speak, I don't want to speak in error. I'd rather give the no BS results, but as of right now, I don't know them. Now, one of the things you might notice is an old screw down case. And of course, the screw down case is kind of scratched, but there's a Ricky Henderson from 1979, 1980. And I collected a lot of these back in the day. Centering's kind of weird, but there he is. But that may be his rookie card, because you can see his Boise, Modesto, Jersey City, Ogden, and the A's. And back then, like I said, the guy had to play a year in the bigs. So there's the all-time stolen base leader, Ricky Henderson with the A's. And the old school screw-down case. You don't see many of those anymore. Here's a pretty cool card. Houston, I want to say Astros, but I think it's the Houston 45s. 1965 rookie stars, Joe Morgan and Sonny Jackson. So yeah, 1965 Houston's rookie stars, Joe Morgan and Sonny Jackson. And then the most interesting piece out of this whole lot is an old tobacco card, Maury with the Cincinnati Reds. I don't even know what this guy's name is. And I need the readers of the magnifiers to factory number 25, distribute Washington, Piedmont. So a Piedmont tobacco card of Maury from Cincinnati. And this is going to be really interesting because there is a large demand for these kind of cards. This is the first one I've ever seen and kind of held in my own hands. So real interesting to come by, and we're definitely going to share the story of this guy. So we're going to flip the camera back around and we're going to talk a little bit about this collection and what we're going to do with it. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back again, and we're going to talk a little bit about these baseball cards that we came across. These are just a small part of a collection of a collector friend of ours that once they knew that we were in the business and were actively engaged in it, they came to us and said, "Man, we've got a whole bunch of cards, and we don't know what to do with them, basically." And we kind of talked about some of the options, like some of the options might be to sell this as a raw card, and it might do all right. Another thing that you might want to do is maybe submit this to grading. But if you're unfamiliar with the grading process, who do you submit it to? What are you shooting for on the grade? If you did end up getting one of these things graded, what does that enable you to do? Does it improve the value of the card? Does it take away from the value of the card? Or does it make it more desirable than its raw card form to a potential buyer? So those are all questions that we have in regards to these cards. A lot of them are out of our wheelhouse. This Johnny Unitas, that's really the only football card in this 13 card lot, so it's going to be interesting to find out how this is going to work. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go to the PSA website. We're going to look up the population reports, and we're going to study where each one of these may or may not fall. So we're going to look at Beckett, Pete, and PSA population reports. We might have to go to SGC. We're going to have to find somebody that knows more than us about this card especially. So that's one of the great exciting challenges of this lot in particular, is it's really going to challenge our ability to understand, know, and comprehend how the marketplace works for these kind of cards. Now we're humbled and we're grateful for the opportunity to work with a collector to try and either, we're not even sure what the collector wants to do because we don't know what the value of these actually could be in modern times. So it's going to be a fun experience. we want to invite you guys to come along with us. We're going to share whatever works with us and whatever doesn't work. So hopefully it can prevent you from making those same mistakes. So if you like what you saw, let us know. Drop a like, send a comment. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to. You can also find us across social media: Instagram, GK45, small x5, 45x5, GK45x5. That's where you're going to find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You can even find our website at 45x5sportscards.com. Thank you, and we will see you again soon.